Hey everybody, happy Monday. It is Monday, April the 24th. It's actually in the evening. I was getting ready to go to bed and the universe and spirit was like, no, I think we're going to do a Taurus reading before you do that. So we're only 4 days in, so it's definitely not too late for me to do that. I'm just going to check on the energies to see what's coming in, what's going out. Just kind of whatever we need to know about this new season that we're in. Taurus energy is an earth energy. It is very, very, very stable. It's fairly grounded. It represents, the bull represents the Taurus, so it can be a very stubborn energy. But once you get past the stubbornness, there's a lot of warmth and loyalty. They're very loving, very protective of what is in their presence. So it's a great energy. I'm biased because I'm a Virgo, so I think all the earth energy signs are pretty awesome. Me being a Virgo, I have that worry and overthinking. When I say I was getting ready to go to bed, that probably just meant that I'm going to go lay in my bed for a few hours and overthink my life, which is a typical night for me. So I have a ton of Virgo in my chart. So every zodiac sign, we all have our things. So anyways, so I'm going to get to the reading. I'm going to try and see if I can get this one to actually upload fully. Unlike my last one, hopefully you went over to my YouTube channel to watch the whole thing because it was pretty great. You can access my YouTube channel. Just go to my profile, click on Linktree, and there's a link. It'll take you right there. It'll also take you to my Etsy shop where you can book a reading, or you can just book a reading right here with me. So I kind of was at a loss as to what decks I'm going to use. I have a couple picked out. I was going to use the Barbary Zodiac again, but it kind of seemed a little overkill. So I'm going to start out with a card from the Fortune Oracle. I'm going to use a couple Oracle decks so we can get a couple different types of messages. This is a pretty neat deck. Messages are pretty clear and pretty simple, so hopefully we can get some good readings from this deck and the other ones that I'm going to use. As you know, a lot. All right, Spirit. We need a card that represents anything that we need to know, and please keep in mind, as always, this is a general reading. Keep what resonates, release what doesn't. It may not resonate with everybody. It may not resonate with everybody right now. Come back and watch it at a later date, and it might resonate with you then. So, all right, Spirit. Please give us a card that represents anything that we need to know about what's coming or coming in, hopefully, for this season of Taurus. Always a reason why a card doesn't want to come out. We'll take that one. I kind of wanted to come out. Abundance. Lucky times are ahead of you, along with good news, success, and prosperity. Well, isn't that just probably the best card we could have pulled out of the deck? So keep your eyes and ears open. Be open mentally and spiritually to all the amazing things that want to come in. It's the one card, and the one card in tarot is the Magician. Things might not seem like this is likely right now, but anything can happen at any moment. We are magical beings. We bring in what we want with our thoughts. Yes, destiny is at play. Yes, what is for us will always be for us. No matter the detours, the crisscrosses, the wrong turns, what's for us is for us. But when we think positively, when we focus on what we want instead of what we don't want, which things we want, we don't want to focus on them not happening, because then the universe is like, she's not ready yet. He's not ready yet. So focus on the lucky times that are ahead, along with good news, success, and prosperity. What you want is coming. What you need is coming, and what is for you is definitely coming. So this is a great card to pull. And then the bottom of the deck, Spirit said, hey, turn and look at the bottom. Be open to new possibilities in all areas of your life. I don't know. Pretty good start. Sounds like Taurus season has some pretty good opportunities. So I'm going to use this deck. It's a new deck. It's the Animal Apothecary Oracle deck. It is the most beautiful animal deck I have ever seen. I have a couple between my oracles and my tarot. But this deck is really cool. And I know somebody out there that's watching this loves this deck, or would love this deck. You know who you are. Feel free to comment. I hope you'll get it one day. All right, Spirit. What do we need to know about Taurus season? And I thought of you when I saw this deck and I bought it, because it's right up your alley. All right, Spirit, a card for anything or whatever we need to know about the comings and goings of Taurus season. I feel like a card flipped over, but I guess it didn't. These decks are being stubborn tonight. This is definitely going to be a shorter reading because these cards are taking forever. All right. Focus on the big picture. Isn't that a beautiful card? Focus on the big picture. What I'm getting from this is if you're feeling frustrated, or you're feeling like something isn't happening fast enough, or it's not going to ever happen, or if you're feeling frustrated, or if something seems to be one way, it might not be. Spirit's saying hold your tongue. Focus on the bigger picture. Don't focus on that moment of overfeeling. Don't act on that. Stop and think and feel. Breathe. Focus on the bigger picture. Don't do something that could jeopardize tomorrow and the future because it, upset you or frustrated you in the now. You can't ruin what's for you, but you can certainly delay it. Spirit's saying pull one more card out of here. I love the little bee and the lighthouse on that deck. I love lighthouses. My goal has always been to see every lighthouse, or at least as many as I can. I love lighthouses. And bees. I have a bee on my tattoo. That hawk looks like it's pulling something out of that eyeball. It's actually putting a message in through the eye, but I'm a little creepy sometimes, so. All right, Spirit, one more card, please. No, I don't want 5, I want 1. Yeesh. All right. Master Manifester. Like I was saying earlier, your thoughts are manifestation. You manifest. I have manifested many things. I have manifested some pretty amazing things. It's your thoughts. Don't focus on the negative. Don't focus on what you don't want. Focus on what you want. When you're manifesting, you have got to be in the most positive frame of mind that you can be in. And then this goes along with manifesting. And it's kind of funny that this is the bottom. You have to release expectations. And when I say release expectations, this says no expectations. You need to have expectations in life. But when you're manifesting, the expectations that we get when we're manifesting are how it's going to happen and when it's going to happen. And you have to let that shit go. Because you're not going to know. It's going to happen when you least expect it. And you don't know how. That's the magic in it. And the longer you hold on to the expectation of the how, the when, the where, the what, that's going to delay it. So you kind of got to do your manifesting and let it go and leave it to the universe, leave it to spirit to bring it to you. That's the key. Pretty great message. I like how the manifesting and the expectations came together. You have to have expectations in life. You have to have expectations. But with any expectation, you can get hurt having expectations. So it's always better to not, in general. But especially when you're trying to manifest something, you've got to let it go. All right, now we're going to move on to tarot. See if we can get some messages about any of these cards. Manifesting, expectations. Focus on the bigger picture. Also, when you're manifesting, manifest big. Manifest that big picture, not the little stuff. That's when it's good to have expectations. You expect to manifest everything you want. All right, Spirit. Taurus season. The Knight of Swords. Spirit is saying to me, this is when you let go of the expectations. What you're manifesting comes in, and it will come in fast. This is the fastest moving knight of the deck, the Knight of Swords. Swords, it's air energy. It's typically about communication. If you're waiting on some news, or if you're waiting on anything, when you let the expectation go, that's when it'll come in. Whatever you're waiting for, it's going to come in. It's going to come in when you least expect it, and it'll happen pretty fast. The Ace of Swords. Well, I guess we're having an air energy Taurus season reading. Aces are about new beginnings. Again, swords, it's air energy. Communication, clarification. Whatever this that you're, is going to come in, this Knight of Swords energy, is going to be a new beginning, and it's going to be made very clear. It's not going to be confused. It's not going to be wishy-washy. It's going to be very clear what it is, what it's about, and that it's for you. And then the bottom of the deck is Judgment. To me, Judgment is about awakening. Maybe the person, if you're thinking about a person, they're probably going through an awakening. And awakenings are tough. I went through mine a long time ago. I mean, we're kind of all always going through an awakening in the sense of we're always learning lessons. But Spirit's saying that the awakening that's happening currently is going to probably fully process and not come to an end, because like I said, your awakenings don't come to an end, but come to an end during Taurus season. It's definitely already started. I don't feel that the awakening that's happening in people is starting. It's going to transition into mostly done, coming to an end. There still may be some residual awakening process. Like I said, awakening is tough. It rips you open. It rips you apart. It makes you go within yourself. It makes you not trust people. My awakening made me physically ill for months and months, and it was just horrible and awful, but it legitimately woke me up. It turned me into who I am. It makes you a better, stronger, more loving, caring, understanding person. I mean, I'm also an empath and a clairvoyant too, so that helps. King of Pentacles. The person that you're thinking about is probably an earth sign. Pentacles, earth, judgment, going through an awakening. So if this resonates, if this person that you're thinking about is an earth sign, yeah, this represents awakening too. And not awakening, because that's me always, every night, trying to go to bed. But this person is definitely an earth sign. Maybe you're an earth sign too. Maybe you're going through the awakening. Don't worry, it gets better eventually. But the King of Pentacles, he is very stable, very grounded, very sure of his life and what he wants, and won't accept anything less. So when you or your person comes out of this awakening, that's the energy that's going to come of it, which is great. And then the Nine of Swords, it's about, you know, laying in bed at night and overthinking and having nightmares and being in your head. And this happens a lot when you're doing your awakening. And it happens a lot when you're not doing an awakening, especially when you're a Virgo like me. You're just always in your head. You can't sleep. You have vivid dreams, not necessarily nightmares. But you can't turn your mind off. And sometimes you just have to turn your mind off. So maybe this Taurus season, Spirit's saying, maybe just kind of try and work on that. Be in your heart instead of in your head. Feel your way through it. You know, feel your way through people. And once you get your act together, everything will be successful. The Four of Wands is about everything that is divine. Everything that is meant to be in your life will come into your life. Divine partnership, divine people. It's just clarity in the sense of you know and you realize who's supposed to be there. And when it's time, it'll happen. This applies to work, job, money. It's, you know, the 1111 card, 1111. It's a soul card. It's a soulmate card. It's everything that's in your soul that's for you will come to you. And then the top of the deck is the Ten of Cups, which is kind of goes with this. It's everything. It's everything that's meant for you will find you, will be for you. Your ass is going to get kicked first, but you have to be strong. You have to stay strong and resilient. This is a great card to represent awakening, because this is how you feel all the time. Like the universe and life and people are totally kicking your ass, and then all of a sudden one day it's better. I can't explain it. You're always going to have days where you feel like your ass is getting kicked. Days, weeks, months. It's ebb and flow. Nothing is always easy all the time. But you kind of just have to like keep the negative thoughts back, push it back, push the overthinking back, and just kind of try and stay, you know, as positive as you can and do the work. Do your work on yourself. Because if you don't do the work on yourself, if you don't work on yourself, then you can't give to others. You always, you're first. You have to put yourself first. Put your mask on first. Take care of yourself first. Fill your own cup first. Because if you don't fill your own cup, then you can't fill anybody else's. And justice. Like I said, what is for you will be for you. The how, the when, and the where, that's not up to you. It's up to you to manifest and to believe that it'll happen. Spirit's kind of saying end it on that. Kind of seems like a good place to end it. Just stop worrying and being stubborn, and just know that good things are going to happen this season. That was the Ace of Swords that flew out again, by the way. So there's definitely going to be some clarity. If you're waiting on clarity for something, it's going to come during this Taurus season. The great thing about putting a card back in is if it's meant to come out, it'll come back out again. All right, I'm going to pull one last card out of this deck, and then I'm going to end it because Spirit says to, and well, I want it to all fit. The Nine of Cups. But there were other cards behind it. I don't know. Sometimes I just have this thing where I just want one card. The Five of Cups. Not the most positive energy card to end on, but this is about the feeling of loss. Spirit's saying don't focus on what you don't have right now. Focus on what you do have. And when you start doing that, then what you don't have that you want will come in. You know, it's kind of like letting go of the expectations and manifesting. Manifest. Don't focus on, like, she's just legit. She gave up. She quit. She's like, fuck it. I don't have what I want, so I'm just going to lay here and cry about it. Well, that's not going to bring in what you want. That's telling the universe that you need way more work, and the spiritual ask is going to continue. When you're in this energy, let me tell you, I speak from experience. And it's hard. It's very hard to not be in that energy, especially when things are not going the way you want them to. They don't necessarily go the way we want them to. They go how they're supposed to, and that gets us to where we need to go. And I kind of feel like I've been preaching this whole time, but sometimes that's what we need to hear. So just know good things are going to come this Taurus season, and it's going to propel all the way through the rest of the year. Let go of the expectations of the when, the why, the where, the how, and just know that it's going to happen. On that note, this is going to come to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it resonates. And if you want to book a reading, just message me. Until next time, namaste.